Howdy Scouts. Today we're going to make a pop can alcohol burner stove. Simple, easy. Always start off with a clean can. I use this kind of knife. Sharp, precise, very easy to get along with. First thing is cut out the top lid, the opening. There's a nice groove right there. A nice fine razor blade makes short work of it. Let's see how fast we can get this done. So obviously it will take a few minutes, but persistence. Holding it close to myself so I don't have a swinging blade, which is a good thing. I've had my fair share of cuts over the years and I don't need no more. So little bits at a time. These are tough. There it starts to go through. Once it starts to go through, it gets a little harder to shave out that ring. Seen a lot of YouTube videos where they just start poking it in, which, okay, we can do that. Same thing, watch your fingers. Razor blades are sharp. Oh, here we go. Now it's starting to come out pretty nice. Start to work itself free. See, it's starting to pull up. You can see that. Just keep working at it. It'll come out. This just to make it so it's a nice clean cut. Getting closer. There it comes. We're almost there. Okay, now we're very last. Just work it loose. This is what you're going to end up with. A little sharp down inside there. You can always touch it up with some sandpaper. I don't find it really necessary. My fingers are never really down in there, so I don't ever really worry about it too much. That's about the easiest. Now for my height, there's many different ways of doing this. The way I like. This, I'm going to use 4 CD cases. 4 of them. I'm going to use my razor knife. I'm not going to lie to you, this is going to take a few minutes to get done. My top base I like a little longer than my bottom base. Just makes the can come out a lot cleaner so it isn't so far up. This way it's just a nice neat little design. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the top one with 4 jewel cases. We'll do the bottom one with only 3 jewel cases, and we'll see how this comes out. So we'll turn the can upside down, lay the blade out. You can see that just laying there on its side right there. Blade however long you like it. As far as for putting pressure on the can, yeah, it's going to dimple. It's going to want to push in. That's easy enough. Just keep working it, and as you run around the outside ring of it, it'll start cutting. Once you get a good groove, that's basically all you're looking for. Just lay it on the side of the can and just start twisting the can around, and you'll eventually start seeing a line. If you get in there good enough, you get the blade at the right angle and everything's looking good, it starts slicing through it pretty fast. I've also got a good point on the razor knife here. See how it's kind of crinkled in, just squeeze it and it pops back out. Just keep working it. This can's already pretty much starting to cut through already. After you get it to where it is starting to cut through, you can see the openings here coming through. Just start working it, and it'll start breaking loose. Go back to your basics. You take a paper clip and start twisting it, bending it real fast, and it eventually snaps. And this is along the same principle. Just keep working it. And you notice that it comes out with a nice, very nice clean cut. Looks very nice. And that's what we're after. Some spots are going to be a little more difficult than others, which, okay, that's normal. Paper clip. Ba-bum. We got a nice clean cut. Very easy to get along with. That's our top piece. There's our top. Now for the bottom, we pull out one CD case. And now this one's going to be a little harder for the simple fact that there's no support up here. It's going to be much harder to work with. There's not much you can really do about that. It's just you just got to take your time and do the best you can with it. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this, and I'll get back to you as soon as it's done. Okay, so we've got it pretty much cut out. Easiest way is put my hand over the top. Wear gloves. You are working with very sharp metal. It will slice you. Do not doubt that. It will slice you. Just be careful as you're working with this, as always. And just cut through it. The same principle. Once your openings are there, just start working it, and it'll cut right out. It'll just tear itself apart. Like that. Same thing principle, the paper clip. Keep spinning. That, it's got a nice height, but personally, I think we could probably try that. That isn't so bad. We can give it a shot. Sometimes, if this isn't big enough, if it doesn't come out right, what I do is I'll take, you want it roughly a 1/4 inch higher than this base right here, which you can see is mighty darn close. I think that's a possibility of working. It's going to be a little iffy, but for the most part, if you want it to be a true 1/4 or whatever, just take and get 2 more, which is a total of 5 jewel cases, and then just grab another can. What I do with this is I'll take and I'll just do with one, and I'll cut out the bottom. Okay. Then after I get that cut out, bottom's gone, then I'll put in all 5 of these, which now gives me my 4, which was for this one. And then it gives me another one, which is my extra 1/4 inch, which should give me this. Now that's pretty close. It's a little low, but I think it's going to work. Well, let's just see how this turns out. then I could probably get it all done out of one can, which would be easy. So now our next step comes the fun part. Pick somewhere on your band. If you've got scissors, by all means go ahead and use them. Just cut it in half is all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Me, I just like to do it a little bit different. So I found a line, and I'm just going to start slicing my way through the can. And remember, you are working with a very sharp knife. So mind where your fingers are. Just push it forward. It just slices right through it. It's just a little tin can. There's nothing to it. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's just got to be so the band's cut in half is all it is. There you go. Now we've got a ring. The inside ring inside here is where we want this to sit. Curl this around a little bit. Set it down inside so it will sit something just like that. If you can see that, I'm trying the best I can. Just sits inside. That's all you need. You just need a space between the bottom cup and the inside ring. You need a space. That's all you need. So once that's in position, hold it, pull it out, and I run my stapler just to hold it together. That end's kind of big to get in there, so I like the finished end of the staple showing. If anybody's looking and critiquing your work, it just looks a whole lot better. Now on this one, I could have cut off some extra, which I do have a lot of extra in here, but it's easy enough. Just staple it. It isn't going to hurt anything. Just makes it a little stronger, and then you know it's not going to fall apart on you. Simple and easy. Set that down inside there. Now I've got what looks like this. Kind of nice. Now the other thing is, which I will need the other can, the bottom cup, this one has to slide inside the bottom cup. They're both the same diameter. Just grab another can and just start working it. So it rounds it up, stretches it out a little bit. Still applying the same method of heat. It'll make it expand. So a little friction. But you can see I got it, sitting inside there. So I mean, I'm going to be okay. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Let's find out. Now, before we put this in and put it all together, we do need 2 notches, opposite sides on the bottom. I just grabbed the knife, same difference. It's going to be a small little cut. You can make it as big as you want. We just need an opening for the alcohol to flow through to the outside chamber. That's what's going to ignite and make our burner. So just a little V-cut, very simple, very easy. So we're going to just, same thing, push down and push forward just to make a line at an angle is all you need, and I'll show you. Doesn't need to be much. Now I got one going this way, now we're going to make one going this way. Same difference, just bring them down and get a little, there we go, and break that piece out of there. Just like that. Now it's done. Okay. And you see the V? Not the green or anything in there. See? It's going to do the same thing on the very opposite side. Simple and easy. This doesn't need to be hard. It's not rocket science. It's a matter of just making a nice little burner that doesn't weigh anything and will cook a lot of different things for you. Okay. Now, got my 2 notches. You see them now? There's the 2 notches. Staples are on the outside. The inside has got a nice, clean staple look. The notches go down into that ring. Like that. Now the top, here comes the fun part. Getting this in